Hey there, it is time for another sneak preview of the Kitchen Garden Revival. Thank you so much for your pre-orders. You guys moved me up to the #1 new release in garden design last week, and you got me over 500 pre-orders. So thank you so much. When you pre-order, please send an email to hello@gardenary.com so we can enroll you in my mini gardening course called Before You Begin. So last week I showed you chapter 2. And today I want to show you chapter 3. So chapter 3 is all about framing the garden. We actually are going to walk you through these step by step to build your raised beds and to set them up. So by the time you finish chapter 3, you will have all the knowledge you need to set up your kitchen garden raised bed. So I thought it'd be fun to read you the start of this chapter. I'll show you a sneak peek of a couple of the photos in here. So I'm actually walking you through this exact space in this chapter. So pretty fun. So here's the beginning. You ready? If you're feeling a bit nervous at this point, I can relate. My heart is always beating a bit faster on garden installation day. Always. When the soil company clerk calls to tell me that they're heading out and will be dumping several tons of soil at our client's home, or when the team begins digging up the sod, when I'm loading my van with plants, and especially when the whole area is torn up and there's nothing new growing yet. I'm crossing my fingers and quietly whispering, I hope this turns out okay. The butterflies are there for a reason. There's a lot at stake here. If it can go wrong, it has. Not enough soil or way too much. I'm talking way too much. A trellis that arrives broken or never comes at all. A garden bed 1 foot too big for the space, or a bad pathway estimation. That was a rough day. Which means it's time to move those 100-pound stepping stones for the 3rd time. Yep, I've faced all these frustrations and mistakes in a single season. Let me tell you some words that I repeat to myself when I get a little overwhelmed with a new garden project. Worst first. As you start to remove the existing plants and structures in your kitchen garden area, everything's going to feel a bit overwhelming and scary. It's going to look worse first. Keep those words in mind as you begin to frame your garden, and hang in there when you hit bumps and frustrations, knowing I've been there too. We're going to make a little mess together, but after it gets worse, it's going to get so much better. So let's begin. As you can tell, I wrote the book like I was just talking to a friend. So too many garden books that I've read just feel like facts or just kind of a big bore. Or maybe there's just too much information and overwhelming. So I wrote this book a little bit differently. I wrote it as if I was just sitting down, chatting with you and talking in everyday language about something we both love and want to do more, which is gardening. So I know you're going to love this book. I cannot wait to get it into your hands. It comes out May 5th. 2020, which is just a few weeks away. Every pre-order makes a huge difference to Amazon, to Barnes & Noble, to your local bookstores. Every time you place an order, it sends a message to all the people making decisions that this book matters. So thank you in advance for your pre-orders. Please send an email to hello@gardenary.com when you do place your order. And I'm going to help you through all the worst parts of setting up your garden so that pretty soon you're going to have a garden overflowing with tons of delicious food this year. Thanks again for bringing back the kitchen garden with me. I love you for it.